my name is Julie Sampson. I'm director of the Scheinfeld Center for Entrepreneurship and Innovation here at Santa Barbara City College, and I'd like to welcome you to our 7th annual New Venture Challenge. Let's give it up. So to all of you, those of you who are competing and those of you that are just here to support, we thank you for your presence. The 10 high school teams right here are going to be competing, showing you their business ventures, and our team of judges are going to determine who the 3 winners are. So we give away 3 places here. Now, what's really amazing is, as great as this event is and as much fun it is to compete for money and all of that, we want to recognize everything that went into the process to get you here, everything from the educators helping. And so in this room, if you are an educator that's helping these students along, could you stand up? Could you stand up? Yeah. Awesome. It's because of you that these entrepreneurs are coming along, and then we're here on the other side at City College to help them continue in any way that we can. And so this is just the beginning. You know, with the winners here and with the resources that we have in the community, we're able to take the experience here and further the entrepreneurs if they're ready to go. At the high school level, sometimes students decide that they want to go on and get their education, all that. We consider that if you have gained entrepreneurial skills, that is a success in itself. And so at the Scheinfeld Center, we offer this opportunity to you through the New Venture Challenge, but we also have no-cost business consulting through the SBDC and the CITD, and we also work with SCORE as referring clients as needed. And so I want you to know that it's not the end. You know, this competition isn't the end, it's really just the beginning, and we work with a lot of different organizations in the community to help support you as you go along. I would like to introduce you to an example of how this works. So this is Mackenzie Fell. She was a high school student in 2015. She pitched here at the New Venture Challenge and she won first place. She went on to launch her graphic design business, and she is going to a 4-year university right now, but she's using her business to help her through. And so this is just one of the fun success stories, you know. And here's another one, Fuelbox. Let me tell about Fuelbox. So they went through our program, they did enterprise launch, and they did New Venture Challenge, and let me tell you, they did not win. They did not win anything, right? And so, but let me tell you where they are right now. They launched their product, Fuelbox, which is a universal charger. They launched it in December of 2016, and they, in the first quarter, they've cleared $250,000. So that's where it can go. And the message here is that regardless of whether you win or whether you lose, ultimately, everybody is a winner here. And I have a third example, and he may look really familiar because actually he's sitting right here as one of the judges. This is John Harmon. So in 2015, he went through the New Venture Challenge. He won first place in that year. He has gone on to launch his business and is also getting his master's in marketing at Antioch College, and is developing his second product that he's bringing to market shortly. And so look at how quickly all of this happened, you know, and a lot of it is due to John and just who he is and his persistence and his ideas. And we just try to make sure that when there's students like John and students like you, that we have the support wrapped around it to help you move forward. So, and in that, I would like to introduce our judges. So I just told you about John. Let's give him a good hand here. Okay, and we are also very fortunate to have Natalie Jensuk here. And after years of working in the world of fashion, media, and being an entrepreneur, Natalie saw a solution to a large-scale social need and decided to dedicate her career to giving back by giving up her wealth to become a social entrepreneur. In 2005, she founded Media for Good, Inc., and traveled the world for 2 years to research the world of nonprofit on all continents. And in 2008, upon her return, she created Youth Interactive, and her core focus and mission is to support the two groups essential to social and economic advancement in our world today, women and children. Let's give Natalie a big hand. And finally, we have with us today John Richardson, who is a proven senior-level technologist with over 15 years of in-depth experience delivering web-based e-commerce solutions and has experience across a wide variety of business sectors, including software, web development and hosting, financials, and he currently serves as the Director of Web Strategy at Forrester Media and is also the chairman for the Santa Barbara chapter of SCORE. Please welcome John Richardson. All right, so now let's start getting down to business. First up, we have Jobit and Jose Garcia.
Perfect. Thank you for having me today, judges. So, as a high school student, I'm always looking for ways to make money. Because unfortunately, my parents don't always want to give it to me. And number two, I'm really busy with high school and extracurriculars, so it doesn't give me time to have an actual job. Instead, I go around my neighborhood asking my neighbors if they have any odd jobs or tasks that I can complete for a quick buck. Fortunately for me, I realize that they too have a problem and that they have many of these tasks but don't have the time or the energy as busy individuals. So the solution is simple. Hi, my name is Jose Garcia. I'm co-founder and CEO of Jobit, where small jobs are done differently. Similar to how Uber connects drivers with people that need rides, Jobit will connect people that need their tasks done, who we call the listers, and teens who need money, who are willing and able to complete these tasks, who we call the jobbers. Essentially, Jobit creates a marketplace for jobbers and listers to solve each other's problems. In Santa Barbara County alone, there are 16,000 high school students and college freshmen, some of which are too young or too busy to have sustainable jobs. In California, there are 12.7 million households, and in Santa Barbara County alone, there are Santa Barbara alone, there are 141,000 households who can provide these tasks for these students. My team created these wireframes so that you can see what our app looks like. This simple and easy-to-use interface provides a smooth operation for both users. You can see how simple it is to look through and find jobs that you may want to do. And our search bar and filters will narrow down your options of jobs that you'd rather like to do. If you would like to post a job as a lister, you can simply click Add on our toolbar at the bottom and provide basic information for the jobber that might want to take up the job. In addition, compared to our competitors, we have in-app messaging, which facilitates communication between both parties, which others do not have. In addition, we have a profile set up that can be customized and will provide information for the jobbers and the listers to see who they will be working with. In addition, we will be having an accountability booster, which in essence is an Uber-like rating system for both parties depending on how well the job goes. In addition, we will have achievement features that will gamify the app itself and incentivize jobbers to complete more jobs more frequently. In order to make money, we will have direct payment through the app, in which both parties will provide their credit card or debit card information, and once both parties claim that the job has been complete, then we will take a $3 minimum and a 20% of whatever the jobber gets paid. Our app will be a free download on the App Store initially, and we will move on to the Google Play Store for Androids once we've gained enough traction. And in order to reach our target market, we will have a large social media presence. Mainly for the youth, we will be on Instagram and YouTube. And for the older generations, we'll be marketing more on Facebook. These are some of our competitors. But what really sets us apart from our competitors is our security. Our app will provide in-house background checks for both users that will secure the app so that everyone feels safe. In addition, we will have in-app messaging that a lot of these competitors do not have. And also, we will be focusing mainly on teens and suburban areas, which some of these do not. These are our financial projections. In the first year, we will be making $182,000. Our costs will be high because of initial costs that we will need to get the app up and going. And in year 2, we will be making $273,000 after our costs go down. This is our team. It consists of me, CEO and co-founder. We have Jose Flores, who is our COO, CMO, and co-founder. And we have Patrick Regan, who is our CFO and co-founder. This is our advisor board, consisting of Jillian Heckman, who is the San Marcos Entrepreneurship Academy director, Alex Sheldon, the assistant principal of San Marcos High School. We will be asking for $60,000 for app development, $7,500 for marketing purposes, and $32,500 for ongoing costs, for a total ask of $100,000. I will now be taking your questions.
How did you calculate the cost of the app itself?
We actually had, we talked to a professional who has been developing apps for a long time, and he said that depending on what the app will look like, we will have an app that will cost anywhere from, I think it was $25,000 to roughly $70,000.
Okay, thank you.
I like the interface. I think it looks really pretty.
Thank you.
I was just wondering, on your background checks, you said you have internal background checks.
Yes.
You're dealing with high school students, right? What age were you thinking of targeting?
Okay, so basically for high school students, we were thinking about targeting freshmen to senior kids, and then eventually going to maybe freshman college students who may also need jobs and stuff.
Okay, so they're pretty young. So how are you going to background check the people putting jobs on the sites? Because you could be sending a child to
well, yeah, upon sign up, we will be requesting that they get a background check, and for a lot of the students, they will not want to be paying for the background check. So unfortunately, that's going to come out of us. And so since we're providing the background check, upon sign up, we will say that they can check their email within 24 hours, and we will send them either a confirmation code or tell them that unfortunately they cannot sign up for the app.
Are you talking about students or the people?
The people that are hosting the jobs.
You're doing a background check in 24 hours?
Well, we're gonna try to have somebody in-house that will be able to do all that.
Okay. Have you done a lot of research on background checks?
Not thoroughly. Yes.
Okay. I would just suggest you do a little bit more research on the background checks. I think you'll find that it takes up to 2 weeks, and it's quite a lengthy process. You have to do TB tests and things like that, and it's about $90 on average. Okay. So if you put that into your financials, that would help. I have one more question to ask you too. On your financial predictions, you put forward a sort of an approximate of 500 jobs per week.
Yes.
What radius were you looking at when you came up with that?
Okay, well, initially we wanted to start out in Santa Barbara County, which is not a huge area, but it's pretty big. So it'd be Santa Barbara County and then areas surrounding it, smaller areas. So it'd be a small radius around Santa Barbara County.
Cool, thank you so much.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, mine was just.
That was actually our time. I'm sorry, judges.
Great pitch.
All right. So great. Thank you.
Yeah, of course.
And next up, we have Guava with Cameron Chang.
Hi, my name is Cameron Krang, and my business is Guava, where brands meet social influencers. Advertising has shifted from the form of TV, print, and radio to the internet. And where is the majority of time on the internet being spent? YouTube and social media. Large YouTube and social media stars have a massive audience size that is only growing, and brands are recognizing this. Social influencers have the eyeballs that brands want. My business, Guava, is a platform that connects the two so that brands are gaining new sales and customers and influencers are making money from their eyeballs. So the problem Guava is solving is the inefficiency of the current process a brand and an influencer have to go to make a deal. There is currently no centralized marketplace to connect, no way to track the performance of the deal, and no way to automatically pay the influencer. To give you guys an example of the problem, meet Sally. She makes videos on YouTube about beauty and makeup. Sephora is a brand who wants to promote their brand new lipstick through Sally. In order to find her, they first have to go onto YouTube, search up her channel, find her email, shoot her an email, which could take days to receive a response. Then, if they make the deal, watch it either fail or succeed with no way of tracking. That's a long process for you guys to understand. I know that's a long process for Sally and Sephora to understand. So that's where my business, Guava, comes in. Guava wants to do what eBay does for buyers and sellers of products, for influencers and brands of eyeballs, and that is be a marketplace for business to be conducted. Brands are getting a workflow solution to find influencers, track and report the success, and automatically pay them. And influencers are getting access to brands that actually want to work with them and are getting paid at a competitive rate. So an influencer's user experience, they would go onto Guava and create their profile about what platforms they use, how many followers they have, and their categories, like if they're into makeup or beauty. And then they can search for a brand based on the brand's requirements and what they want to go into. They can chat, negotiate a deal, and then get paid. A brand faces a very similar user experience. They log on, create their profile, their message, their requirements for an influencer. Then they can search for influencers based on category, platform, follower count. And then they can chat, negotiate a deal, then see results. So here are some screens for what it would look like on the mobile version for a brand. Guava is offered on both mobile and desktop. So a brand would go on here, do their message, their requirements. They can check off the categories they're interested in, chat, negotiate that deal, and then see results. So let's say Sephora told Sally, hey, you tell your followers to use this promo code, and for every time that promo code is used, you will get 15% of that purchase order. So Sephora can go on here, see how much money Sally's bringing in, how much money they're paying Sally, and how much of that money is going to Guava. What's stopping Sephora from promoting their mascara on the side of her video or before it? Well, 74% of consumers use social media to make purchase decisions, and 92% of people trust recommendations from individuals even if they don't know them over brands. So Sephora would rather have Sally talk about how great their mascara is rather than themselves, the brand, talk about how great it is. We're going to make money by charging brands a $200 to $400 monthly licensing fee, depending on how large the brand is, to just be a part of the marketplace. But our primary revenue driver is gaining 5% of every deal done through Guava. So this is performance-based pricing. The more results the brand is seeing from that promo code or the deal they did with that Instagrammer, the more money that they're paying Guava. So this is a win-win-win situation for all. The influencer is getting paid for how successful that deal was, and the brand is only paying for the results they're seeing, and Guava is getting a chunk of that payment. The market size is very large, with brands currently spending $60 billion on online ads a year, and that is growing at 17% a year. And of that $60 billion, $10 billion of that is towards social influencer advertising. And if Guava wants to tap into 10% of that market, that leaves us working with $1 billion, and then if we're getting 5% of all those deals done, that leaves us with total revenue of $50 million. So in the first year, we would be at $2.7 million $2.7 million, subtracting our expenses, which include the staffing, building the technology, and that leaves us with a profit of $1.2 million. But as you see, by the end of year 3, we're at $36.1 million in revenue, getting closer to our goal of $50 million. The startup capital to build and execute Guava to its highest potential would be $500,000, and that is to get the technology infrastructure built, build the application, and of course hire staff. To market Guava, we are first going to go through an inside sales force, which finds and identifies leads. Then we're going to go through an outside sales force, which turns these leads into customers and users of Guava. And we're also going to attend trade-specific technology shows and promote our business, and partner with ad agencies, turning their customers into users of Guava. My team consists of myself, Cameron Krang, the CEO and founder, and Pitar Nikolov is my technology expert, basically helping me with this and telling me that this business is successful and will work. And Mr. DeVries, my advisor. And my investors could be you. So who wants a bite out of Guava, where brands meet social influencers? Any questions? Okay.
So my question's, so you're going to market through trade shows. What specific trade shows in the industry would you market Guava?
Well, I'm not sure of like the specific names of them. I just know that trade shows are out there in a way that tech companies like go towards to start up their business and get it out there. So, yeah.
Is the company that's being paid committing to a certain performance of their ads and stuff like that? Because you said it was performance-based. So I'm not sure, is the agreement based upon performance?
Yeah, so basically the brand will tell the influencer for every promo code one of your audience members uses, you're gonna get 15% of that like cut that the audience is purchasing from them. So basically, like the more sales they're getting, because we're getting 5% of that, so the more money is going towards us. But the influencer isn't losing any money, and the brand is only paying for the results they're seeing.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
You stated you need $500,000 to start. Do you have another plan in case you don't get $500,000?
Yeah, so my Pitar Nikolov, he can build this for me if I work with him, so we can do that and build a prototype. But to get this thing like fully staffed, and the technology is very expensive because this involves like tracking technology and stuff, so that is going to cost a lot of money. But for an initial prototype, it would be like $25,000 to $35,000.
Okay. And do you have a plan for your investors, their return on their money?
So my investors, I would say I'd rather partner with them and have them kind of get work with me in my business and get a percentage of my company. So I would probably offer them maybe like 10% of my company, because I don't want to give all of it away. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Dodges, but Noah Nillen.
Hello, I'm Noah Neidham, and I'm here to represent Mindmap. So here's the problem. Everybody that's a student in high school or college knows that there's tons of stuff to memorize. We always have to memorize terms, anything for tests, everything like that. There's just no efficient way to do it. We just look over terms, we just study endlessly, we never do anything new. We always just do the same things every time to learn these things that we need to know for school and life. Our app, Mindmap, is a solution to this. It utilizes an ancient memorization technique known as a memory palace. A memory palace which is basically when you walk through a familiar space, and you move through it, and you see objects and terms you need to know, and that helps you memorize them. It lights up the temporal cortex of the brain. So when you walk through this thing called a memory palace, it helps you memorize and bring up these things in your head. And our app seeks to take advantage of this by assigning all these terms or anything you need to know, faces, anything, to places in the house, or a house, or anywhere really, like that. And basically what you do is the app takes a picture of this, and it automatically assigns these terms to places in your house, city, yard, anything that would correspond to a memory palace. And it assigns them to this automatically, and it allows you to move through this area. And so you can have a digitized memory palace, which revolutionizes the ancient technology of going through and making it up yourself by automatically doing it digitally, which enables people to use it, people that wouldn't be able to do this before because it's just so hard to think of one of these yourself, enables them to do it and have a much more efficient method of memorization. We're going to market this towards students mainly because, as I said when I was talking about the problem, the main people who need to memorize these things are students because they need to know terms for tests and all these things, and they're one of the most, they know all social media and all this stuff, so they could share it and it could grow the fastest in this market. There are 76.6 million of them in the US, and if we just captured 10% of that market, we would have $37 million per month, which is a ton of money, so there's a huge opportunity here just with this market, but eventually maybe we could move to other applications of this too, just helping normal people memorize that aren't students. So the way we would set this up is that we would have, it would be free on the App Store, but we'd have a 30-day free trial, so you'd sign up for this service, and you'd put your credit card information in, and then at the end of the trial, it would charge you, and then it would charge you $4.99 a month, and that's how the revenue would work. We have a subscription model. It wouldn't be a one-time payment because of the way that this works. It kind of has to be that way because if we don't have a subscription model, because we're paying for this hosting and we're paying for all this stuff that goes towards this software development of having all this stuff stored, that's why we have to have a subscription model. So we distribute it obviously on the App Store, Google Play, et cetera. Our main source of marketing for this is we know that high school students will love this, and they will share it. We will market across social media to them, and we know that once they see this, they'll share it with all their friends across social media, and it'll go viral. Because there's nothing like this out there today, and once this high school students or college students or anybody realizes what this can do for them when it comes to learning and memorization, they'll share it with everybody they know. So financials. We think that we'll have about 9,500 users in the fiscal year 2018, and then that'll go to 18,000 users the next year, and then 40,000 the year after that. About 20% churn rate, meaning that 20% of the people that pay for this every month might cancel, which is actually good because there's higher rates for other companies. And since we have such a revolutionary new technique of memorization, we think that could go even lower. That's just an estimate. Costs are also very low because the only thing we have to pay for after we recoup the investment that we need to start this is hosting and future development. So the profit margins are really high, usually about 90%. And we expect to make around $800K by the third fiscal year. This is our team. I'm the CEO, Noah Neidham. My partners are Adrian Contreras, David Morales, and Ryan Gotchis. And our advisor is Mr. DeVries, which is our teacher. And the funds we're asking for $200,000 for the development of everything. About $150,000 of that would probably go towards developing this technique that allows you to take a picture of a familiar space and create and have the terms assigned to everything around it, which creates the memory palace. That's probably going to require the most amount of resources and money because there's really nothing like it today. So we need an expert, which would cost a lot of money to pay for that. And the other $50K would probably towards go developing the app's interface itself and the model for dealing with these subscriptions and free trials and everything. Going over the financials again, we'd be cash flow positive about 1.5 years. We'd make this profit, and then if one investor theoretically went invested in us, we would pay them back within 1.5 years if they owned like 50% of the company. So who wants to join us in Memorization for All? Questions?
Hi, well done. I was just wondering, what made you come up with that idea, and what is it about this idea that makes you passionate?
Well, I'm a high school student, and memorizing stuff has always been really hard for me. And in our class, we watched this video about memory palaces and how all these ancient people have used them to help them memorize stuff. And I was just thinking that me and our team were just thinking that if there's a way to do this without creating it yourself, if there was a way to do it automatically and assign it to things perfectly, it'd be very revolutionary, as you could go through it all the time, and it could really be ingrained in your memory much more easily.
Thank you.
Competition. You mentioned, other people charging more. Name some of the companies and why are you different from them?
So there's Quizlet is something that helps you study terms and things, but it doesn't take none of these companies. Quizlet as a main example, that's probably closest to what we're doing. It lets you associate terms with images, but there aren't images of anything you have familiar, and it's not doing this memory palace effect. It's not As you move through the memory palace, it lights up your temporal cortex, and it lets you remember things much easier. And Quizlet and all these other study services have nothing like this.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, that was kind of my question, was how are you different from Quizlet? Because I use Quizlet for studying, so
yeah,
you kind of answered that.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, next up we have Triport and Alejandra Enriquez.
Do you have a few facial skin problems that you like to tackle all at once, saving time and money? Are you tired of having to switch between products to apply each of their formulas on your face? Well, we are Alejandra, Karaima, and together we introduce to you Triport. The problem that Triport aims to solve is having to buy more than one face mask product when you want to solve multiple skin problems for yourself. Our solution is a handmade, all-natural product that solves common skincare problems on your face, which include acne, blackheads, and dry skin. It has 3 different formulas to tend to each need, and it is all in one container, set up in their own separate compartments. Regarding our business model, we all pitched in our own share of money to purchase the supplies required to make this product, to get this business going, and predict we'll be able to earn back this amount we all contributed to our business startup within 2 weeks. We will sell Triport personally on our school campus in late spring, targeting the dates for and around both prom and Mother's Day. In order to cover the costs we spent, we need to sell at least 16 face masks on a bi-weekly basis. After that, we earn from sales is profit. We will receive our money directly from our product sales and advertise Triport through morning announcements at our school, creating and hanging up posters around school grounds, and using social media such as Facebook, Instagram, and Snapchat. When it comes to our positioning, we want our customers to think of our product as being affordable and convenient, for it is 3-in-1. The target market is 600 customers in this segment, but we currently aim for sales of 150 consumers at a price of $3, producing $450 in revenue. To identify this target market, we have conducted some research, discovering that 54% of females who buy face masks want them to be all natural. These women are of ages 16 and up, and 40% of them are not fond of having to buy more than one of these products. Moving on to our competition, many face masks already out there are all natural, but they do not have our 3-in-1 feature. Also, in comparison to our competition, we sell our product at a reasonable price, and the size of it is also reasonable. As a team, we are a 5-student group from a business management class in Cabrillo High School, which gave us the information and resources necessary to make Triport possible. Thanks to our advisor, Mrs. Towns, we all carry knowledge and experience that benefited the process of making our product, elevator pitch, slides, and business plans. From NJ's and my ideas for our products write-ups to Clarissa and Karaima's understanding and ability to make natural beauty products. For our financial projections, the cost of our supplies were 93 cents a unit for 48 units, totaling $32. Packaging makes 16 units for 62 cents a unit, totaling $10. And advertising makes 5 posters for $3. For selling on a weekly basis, we aim to sell to 16 customers for a revenue of $48 per week, bringing us to a target number of 48 customers for $144 in revenue per month. Our net income is $3 due to $45 being the total cost of our supplies, 16 units being already made, each unit being $3 a piece, and all 16 units being sold, generating $48 in earnings. We estimate to make $192 every month for $12 in profit. Our milestones include having all the ingredients needed for Triport to be able to start selling it, and being able to sell our face masks at an inexpensively reasonable price due to the low cost of making our product. We are still in the development stages, But as a future goal, we would like to add some labeling to our product with directions on how to apply it. However, we need some investment money to be able to incorporate this. Now we need to start selling them to interested students and staff, and our future holds promise due to others having shown interest in buying what we're selling. Now we would like to demonstrate to you how easy and fast it is to apply our mask.
Our product is able to use it two ways. You can apply them individually, so you could apply one on the whole face, or you can add them at the same time. So you could add the acne one where it's needed, and you could add the blackhead one on the nose because most of them are right there. And you could also add the glow on the eyes, so you could do it in two different ways.
This concludes our presentation. Where it's all in one place for your face, we are Triport.
My question is there a patent on this, or are you guys trade secret with your ingredients?
A what?
Do you guys have a patent on your formula, or are you guys keeping that secret? So how are you protecting your actual formula for the?
We will have like the ingredients on it and stuff like that. It's not really a secret, but
Okay.
yeah.
Hi, well done, guys. I was just wondering, these all seem to be different colors, so are they all doing different things?
No, they're the same product. They're just in different, the containers are different colors, but the product is all the same.
Okay, and if I bought one from you on campus and I wanted another one, where would I go?
You would contact us and we would make it for you guys again.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So comparatively, this to other products, what would you go into a CVS and pay for like products?
Well, if it did go on like bigger, later on we would want to make the size bigger just because, and it's competitive because it is a 3-in-1 and you wouldn't have to buy 3 products individually and pay more for it when you could just buy the one product with all 3 of them in there.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Alrighty, so next up we have Key Academy and Sasha Green.
Hi, my name is Sasha Green, and my business is Key Academy. Key Academy is built to get young piano players excited and engaged in learning the basics of piano theory. So piano is the #1 most popular instrument, so there's a very high demand for my business, and there's a large market of people that would need this service. My website will get people excited about learning piano theory by providing methods that are more engaging, and they will teach theory using current technology. And technology has not been introduced to the teaching of music theory today, so this is new. There are about 300 million people in the world that are playing piano, and about 23 million in the United States. Approximately 6 million of this population are children who are taking piano lessons. So my target audience are kids who are learning piano from a teacher and whose parents are involved in their learning and will invest in this extra help. Unfortunately, over 50% of kids quit playing piano within just 2 short years of learning. And why are these reasons? From my research, I concluded that people said it was too boring and repetitive. They hated learning the technique, and it was too time-consuming and stressful. So my business will change this by introducing things like interactive games, video tutorials, quizzes, and they will be able to track their progress online and help them improve over time. So here's an example of how this website could be engaging for a kid. You can see it's a lot more fun than the outdated books that piano teachers use right now. Video tutorials will help students see firsthand how they should be learning the theory. And students will be able to track their progress by seeing a percentage of skills that they have already learned, and they can see where they still need help and are struggling. So my business will make profit by charging a monthly subscription of $20. Users will get the first month free, and they'll be required to sign on to a 3-month minimum once they subscribe. We will make our profit and hope to gain 300,000 customers in our first year, and our total revenue should be about 18 million. In our second year, we hope to gain 50,000 customers and have a total revenue of $21 million. And in our third year, we hope to gain 80,000 customers and have a total revenue of approximately $25.8 million. We will do our marketing through online and digital media and word of mouth through music teachers. Music teachers will want to tell their students about this program because students can improve their music theory and do better when they go to their piano lessons. I'm the founder and CEO. My COO is Daria Peruz, and our advisor is Jamie DeVries. Thank you.
I'm just curious, is there an app to go with the website, or are you selling the product just on the website?
So it is just a website.
Okay.
An app.
What are your other competitors in the marketplace?
So a couple of our competitors are 8notes.com and Zebra Keys. I'm different from these because they do not provide the combination of video tutorials and interactive games or quizzes. My website is the first to combine all of these and is more professionally built.
Part of a subscription model requires a lot of accounting and back-end work and stuff like that. And have you built any of that overhead? You got credit card charges for clearing. You got, a lot of work in the back, to keep everything straight. So did you account for any of that in your detailed financials?
So we have not gone into extreme detail with the financials, but our revenue was taken from if we can get into a 5% of our target audience, and that's just them paying the bare minimum of the $60 for the 3 months, then that will give us our total revenue.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good job.
Alrighty, next up we have Birdie Tracker and Bryce Quezada.
Hi, my name is Bryce Quezada, and I'm a co-founder of Birdie Tracker, and we create the most enjoyable round of golf. Now let me tell you about myself. Currently, I'm a senior at San Marcos High School and currently involved in the golf program at San Marcos High School. Now I'm playing at least 5 times a week, and the biggest problem I see out there on the golf course is that golfers lose way too many golf balls. On average, golfers lose 3 to 5 golf balls per round. And for a sleeve of 3 golf balls, that costs you $12. Adding up $12, $24, losing 3 to 5 golf balls per round, not only does that affect your score and spending extra time searching for that golf ball, it also slows down the pace of play. Now the pace of play is probably the biggest problem, both for the golfer and for the golf courses. Now the pace of play is designed around 4.5 hours for every golf course. But losing golf balls left and right, that's going to add up to be 5.5 to 6 hours. Now imagine this. You're standing on the tee. You hit the ball into the light brush off to the right. You walk off the tee. You don't know exactly where your ball is. As you approach your ball, getting closer within 25 yards, you turn on the app, the Birdie Tracker app, and you find exactly where your ball is located. So you are the blue dot right there. Your ball is the orange dot. It picks up exactly where your ball is located and takes you it gives you the fastest route to get to your ball. So how this is possible? With a microchip implanted inside the core of the golf ball, you'll be able to track your golf ball at all times. Now, with the app that syncs the golf ball and the phone, you'll be able to track its exact location. Now, I know all golfers lose golf ball, even the best ones. Now, after doing extensive research, we have concluded that the age range we are trying to focus on is a 41 to 70-year-old, 75% male and 25% female. And these are the golfers that are golfing at least 3 times a week. Now, our main focus is going to be on the golfers who are a little less experienced, lose tons of balls, but we're also trying to focus on the good golfers who are going to use this ball as practice on a golf course they've never seen before so they can hit it in places where they wouldn't expect to find it, but yes, they will find it. Now, the market for this. There are 462 million rounds of golf played per year. Now, in those 462 million rounds, there are over 300 million golf balls lost per year. And each golf ball takes 1,000 years to decompose. Not only affects the golf course, it affects the environment. Now, with 25 million golfers in the US alone, we plan to capture 1/10 of that, resulting in 25,000 customers the first year. Now, our business model. Obviously, golf ball sales. With the golf ball priced at $20 per ball. With that golf ball, you're going to need to download the app on either the App Store or the Google Play. It's going to include basic content that tracks your ball for you, and in this free app, there are going to be ads. Now, if you're not a fan of ads, you're going to have the opportunity to purchase the premium app, which is a $4.99 one-time fee. Now, in this app, it's not only going to track your ball and not have ads, but it's going to be able to provide stats for you. Now, every golfer wants to know how far they hit each club, how many fairways they hit, how many greens they hit, how many putts they had per round. With this premium app, that will all be right there for you on the app. Now, like I stated, the golf ball is going to cost you $20. Now, with the premium of $4.99, that's going to be a $25 investment. Now, like I stated earlier, losing 3 to 5 golf balls per round, that $25 could be just one round of golf you spent just on golf balls alone. Now, the trackable golf ball will have to be paired through Bluetooth on any smartphone, either Android or Apple. Now, how we plan to be seen. So some marketing plans we have are through social media, obviously Instagram and Facebook, also some golf online communities, blogs and forums, but our main primary focus for social media is going to be through players programs. Now, 2 golf courses we have here in town, the Santa Barbara Golf Club, they offer a men's club. There are over 100 golfers just alone in that men's club, and we plan to tap into their email blast, sending out an idea of what our golf ball does so that those golfers can try us out, get to know us, and use our golf ball. Also, Sandpiper Golf Course and Rancho San Marcos offers the Preferred Player Program. There are over 550 golfers alone in that program, and we plan to do the same thing we do in the men's club, get into their email blast. Now, the distribution for this golf ball. We primarily are going to start distributing to consumers just online. From there, we plan to get into golf courses, because like I stated, not only is the golfer the customer, but also the golf course, so that they can speed up pace of play, get more golfers out there, able to make more revenue for the golf course. Now, eventually, we plan to be in sports stores, like stated here, Sports Authority, Dick's Sporting Goods, Big 5, many more. Now, our main competitors I have here are Titleist, Callaway, and TaylorMade. There are many more out there, but those are just 3. Now, we stand apart from all these competitors here, because we are the only trackable golf ball on the market. Yes, they're great golf balls, but we ensure you that you will never lose our golf ball when you can lose 3 to 5 of those golf balls every round. So for our financial projections, like I stated earlier, there are 25 million golfers in the US alone. And we plan to capture 1/10 of that, resulting in 25,000 golfers. Now, pricing the ball at $20 and selling 25,000 golf balls in the first year alone. Also, we expect half of those golfers, 12,500 of them, to purchase the premium app. It would result in $562,500 worth of revenue. Now, the second year, we plan to bump up to 30,000 golf balls sold, resulting in $731,250. And in year 3, we plan to capture 35,000 golf balls sold, resulting in $900,000. Now, how this idea fell into place. Myself, Bryce Casada, who's the CEO and the co-founder, and Braden Curtis, who's the CFO and co-founder, we were both on the San Marcos golf team, and after practices, rounds, we have realized this is a problem that needs to be solved. And with help from Christian Dominguez, who is our CMO, and our advisor, Jillian Heckman, who is our director of Entrepreneurship Academy, this plan has been able to fall into place. Now, we are seeking $500,000 for research and product app development. Keep researching how to make this ball the best possible ball on the market, and to find exactly how to find your exact location every time. Thank you, and I can open up the floor for any questions.
Do you have any estimate what it's going to take you to produce a prototype, and then from there you know, what a cost per ball to produce is.
Yeah, so the cost for just a regular golf ball, not trackball obviously, to produce it, it's around $1. The first prototype, it's going to cost at least us $250,000 to $500,000.
Do you have a patent? Or have you looked into patents?
No, unfortunately.
Thank you.
All right, and so, so you would wholesale that to the stores, correct?
Yes.
And then, so with the cost, what would you estimate, like, wholesale, like a pack of 3 golf balls?
So we're not going to be offering a pack of 3 golf balls. We're just going to be offering 1 because you're supposed to never lose it. So there's no point in selling a pack of 3 for us, yeah.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Okay, so no fruit cups today, but we're going to go to Revive and Lauren Worthy.
Hi, my name is Lauren Worthy, and we are Revive. We want to bring clothes back to life by making them fashionable, affordable, and eco-friendly. So high-quality brand name clothing is very expensive, but it's also highly desired amongst teens and young adults. However, teens and young adults typically can't afford this clothing, so they opt for less expensive clothing. With less expensive clothing comes color fading, poor stitching, and uncomfortable fabrics. It also tends to waste away much easier, which has a bad impact on our environment. On average, Americans waste approximately 65 pounds of clothes per person per year. This amounts to 220 million tons that sits in our landfills annually. So what we do, we go to thrift stores and take high-quality brand name clothing, and we upcycle them and create new vintage pieces. We conducted a survey of 100 people, both locally and nationally, and found that our target market is females, teens, and young adults ages 15 to 25 with an interest in fashion and the environment. So we feel that we can capture a portion of the $16 billion reused fashion industry because we're environmentally friendly, we're affordable, and we're fashionable. So we are unique because each piece is completely one of a kind. Our consumers will feel confident knowing that they're going to be wearing a piece of clothing that no one else has. We'll be selling our vintage clothing online through our website that's both user-friendly on computers and phones. We're also going to link Shopify to our social media platforms such as Pinterest, Etsy, and Instagram, so our consumers can buy directly from there as well as our website. So with our unique clothing, the prices are unique as well. We may find a pair of pants that cost us $10 to make, and we may find a pair of pants that cost us $30 to make. However, on average, we found that the cost of tops is $7.40, and the cost of pants on average is $28.40. We will be pricing our tops at $20 to $25 and our pants between $40 and $50. According to what our market research says, this is what our consumers are willing to pay. So for our financial projections, we project that in 2018, we will profit $45,000. Since we only have one designer making the pieces, we have minimum output. Also, we'd like to focus on Santa Barbara because it is our first year. In 2019, we project that we will make $78,000. At this point, we will hire an additional seamstress to help us increase our output. We also want to focus on larger cities as well. In 2020, we project that we will make $122,000. This is because we will have brand recognition, and we will be located in larger cities as well. Our team. Our CEO and designer, super talented, Zoe Drum. She makes all of the clothing that we have here for you today. And in addition, she has over 2 years of experience in fashion and design. Another one of our co-founders is Jenna Warner, our super talented CMO. She has her own photography business, and all the pictures of fashion that you see here today were photographed by her. She also has over 3+ years of marketing experience. I am the COO and CFO of the company. I've had help from advisors from real estate investment firms in Nashville, Tennessee, and from investment firms in Beverly Hills as well. Some of our wonderful advisors include Jillian Heckman. She's the director of the Entrepreneurship Academy. Jamie DeVries. He's the director of Kids Helping Kids nonprofit organization. And Dave Adornetto. He's the director of the Entrepreneurship Academy in UCSB. So in total, we're seeking $45,000. The money will be allocated towards our website, marketing, total clothing costs, and labor. Judges, will you help revive the fashion industry with me?
Looking at your spending budget there, you don't have anything for sewing machines or an actual venue to remodel these clothes. Do you already have all those machines on hand, etc.?
Yes, as of now, I have one sewing machine that I use and like a lot of tools. But if we were to hire another seamstress along with that, she'd also need another machine and more tools to work from.
Thank you.
Yeah, mine was just about scalability. If this grows, you know, how, and so you source it all from thrift stores?
Yes.
Okay.
Did you build in a cost for, because each product itself has got to be photographed, it's got to be described, and you've got to post it into your catalog.
Mm-hmm.
And so, I mean, that's real work. So have you cost what that is to take one product and set it up on a catalog as far as your basic cost goes?
Great question.
Item?
Yeah, we found that approximately, as of now, that it cost us $8.40 of labor.
Does that include the time to make the product?
Well, it's separate. $8.40 for to make the product, and then in addition to add it to our website.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, where are we here? We are with EcoFresh and Kaya Clary.
Hi, my name is Kayla Cleary, and my product is called EcoFresh. It's an all-natural car air freshener that keeps you aware, awake, and alive. Oop. So the big problem is that many car air fresheners have a lot of toxic ingredients in them, and this includes allergens, dichlorobenzene, and formaldehyde. And these affect the function of the lungs, the airways, and are also very cancerous. And so I'm sure this looks familiar to you all. This is an example of a very toxic air freshener. And not only are they impactful to human health, but also to the environment. And another big issue that drivers face every day is maybe waking up really early in the morning or driving home late at night and not feeling completely aware in the car. I'm sure you guys have been coming home from a long trip and you're feeling kind of groggy. And so this is actually a very big issue. In the US alone, there's been about 72,000 crashes due to drowsy driving per year, about 800 deaths, and 37,000 injuries. So my EcoFresh is the solution because it is made from 100% all-natural ingredients. This includes essential oils, distilled water, and rubbing alcohol. And the scents used are beneficial to your health. They have no negative impact in the environment. And the essential oils used also are proven to keep you more concentrated on what you're doing, more alert and more aware. So for example, citrus is proven to keep you more focused on the task that you're doing. And I would like you guys to just smell my prototype that I made. So you can just spray it on these white little pieces of paper. So my target market is families, especially with young children, because parents want a non-toxic product for their children, environmentalists, and commuters. And so these are my financial projections. The overall market for air fresheners is $1.8 billion. And so EcoFresh would penetrate 0.01% of that market. So in year one, my revenue would be $180,000. And then my expenses would be around $25,000 for my website and marketing and then my total profit would be $1,800. And then in year 2, my revenue would double to $360,000. My expenses would go up a little bit, and then my total profit would be $187,000. And then in year 5, you see it grows even more. And then, so this graph just shows my profit and revenue growing through year 1, year 2, and then year 5. So marketing and distributions. So health stores such as Whole Foods and Lazy Acres would distribute my product, my website through word of mouth, and also the auto industry. For example, Mercedes-Benz actually sells air fresheners in their car, but they're very toxic and not good for you or the environment. And so these major car brands would sell EcoFresh, and then they could have an environmentally friendly product in their cars. Social media, such as Facebook, Instagram, yoga studios, and gas stations. So I am the founder of EcoFresh, and this is my advisor, Mr. DeVries. And so please join the journey with me to create safer roads and safer environments. Thank you. Any questions?
I have a question on the usability. You showed an example. Is this just sprayed around your car, or do you have something to hang that you spray on, or how does that work?
So there's going to be 2 types of packaging. A spray bottle would be one kind. I actually use that in my car as an air freshener. And so you could buy it as a spray bottle. And this is just an example of a packaging also to place on your vent. So this would be another kind.
Thank you.
Yeah, my question is, so if you place on your vent, how long does that last until I have to buy another one?
So I'm not sure how long this would last, but I know the scent lasts a really long time because when I use it, I spray it in the morning, and when I get back to my car by the end of the day, I can still smell it.
So the one in the package, which is normally how you see these sold, did you do a costing of the packaging and everything else to figure out what your margin is based upon that kind of package?
Yeah, so to manufacture it, it would be about $3. That's being conservative.
And the sale price in that package would be?
It would retail for $15.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, and last but definitely not least is TuneIn and Elizabeth Kravchuk.
Добрый вечер. Меня зовут Елизавета Кравчук, и я президент компании TuneIn, который предлагает перевод на ваш язык в данный момент. Hi, my name is Elizabeth Kravchuk, and I'm the CEO and founder of TuneIn, an app that offers personal, on-demand translation in real time. Every single day, my family experiences language barriers. My grandparents only speak Ukrainian, and a day doesn't go by that we don't need to translate for them. Oftentimes, we are not able to be by their side when they need that translation, so they're left to decipher on their own how they're going to communicate their needs to others. Which leads us to our problem. There is no on-demand service, on-demand translation service that is offered to the general public. There is Google Translate. However, it only targets one half of the conversation. In addition, it's only written, and it doesn't understand slang and cultural phrases. Which is why we created our solution, TuneIn, an on-demand, real-time app that brings the human element to translation, all access through your smartphone. So let's talk about how it works. The user will go on to access the TuneIn app. Once in the TuneIn app, they're going to decide which language they need translation in. As soon as they select the language they need translation in, the push alerts are sent out to translators around the entire world who are qualified to translate in that language. As soon as the translator picks up that call, they are connected to the speaker, either through audio call or chat. TuneIn is targeted towards nurses, EMTs, policemen, firemen, tourists, airports, and students traveling abroad, and families like mine who don't all speak the same language and understand it. For example, we have Molly. Molly is a Ukrainian immigrant who has found herself at the hospital. The nurse is trying to communicate with her. However, the nurse doesn't speak Ukrainian, and no one else at the hospital speaks Ukrainian either. So what is she going to do? The nurse is going to take out the TuneIn app. She's going to select that she needs Ukrainian translation. As soon as she selects it, she's connected to a translator who speaks Ukrainian and is qualified to translate. And right then and there, TuneIn has helped out a patient in need. More than 500 million people use Google Translate. 500 million people use Google Translate. Oh, it has over 4.8 million downloads. Over 100 billion words are translated every single day. In 2012, there were 200 million people using Google Translate on a daily basis. In 2013, 100 million more people were using Google Translate on a daily basis. It is clear to us that people are looking for something that's fast and accurate that is going to translate for them. In addition, our app follows a similar model to Postmates and Uber, which I'm sure you've heard of. They both offer on-demand services that have a shared economy. Uber has been used over 2 billion times, and Postmates has been used over 8 million times. And it is clear that the consumers are loving the on-demand service. Now you might be thinking, how is TuneIn going to make the money? Well, first, there's going to be monthly subscriptions. Let's say that a student is going to travel in Europe for a month. They can sign up for a monthly subscription of TuneIn and pay the fee. After that, they can use TuneIn Unlimited. And two, we have commissions from each translation based on a $36 per hour model. Our model is that 80% of the money will go to the translators, and 20% will go to our company. So let's go back to our friend Molly. Let's say that Molly used TuneIn for 10 minutes. $6 will go to the translator, and the extra 20%, so $1.20, will go to us. The total for Molly's phone call was $7.20. In our first fiscal year, we are going to make $55,000, and that is based that we have 15 10-minute phone calls a day. In our second fiscal year, we're going to make $140,000, and that is based that we have 38 10-minute phone calls per day. And finally, in our third fiscal year, we're going to make $260,000, based that we have 72 10-minute phone calls per day. And we are going to need $100,000 to start up our company. TuneIn is going to be marketed through social media platforms such as Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, YouTube, and Tumblr, which all have great followings, and we believe that TuneIn will get great exposure there. Oh. Thank you. And finally, we have our team, myself as the CEO and founder. We have our app developer, Dennis Chaplin, and our advisor, Jamie DeVries. Will you join in, tune in, and help others speak beyond language? Thank you.
I guess the question I have, you were showing overseas calls. Mm-hmm. And there's a cost and there's a connection and everything else. I mean, are you expecting the app to do that? Are you expecting the phone itself to do that?
So it's based on that the user is having some kind of internet connection, either it's using data or Wi-Fi, and the translator, wherever it might be in America or it might be overseas, that they also have some kind of data connection or Wi-Fi, and they're able to communicate back and forth.
Okay, thank you.
So you stated $36 unlimited use, is that correct?
So it's $36 per hour for the translator, and they can make up that time, that money based on, say, that the user, the person translating only translated a 10-minute call. They only get 10 minutes worth of the money of that $36 an hour.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, my only comment is I would definitely market this to companies like TripAdvisor, because and when I would travel, TripAdvisor was a really strong brand, and I would always look for that. And, yeah.
Thank you, yes. That is definitely a goal. Thank you.
Of course, yeah.
Thank you so much.
My, you are an efficient bunch. Nice job, everybody. Hey, let's give everybody a big hand. Are we ready to figure out who the winners are? Yeah? All right. All right, let's do it. Announcing third place is going to be John. Okay, do you want a drum roll, John?
No, that's okay.
Oh, no drum roll. Okay.
What I would like is for everybody who presented to stand up.
Woo-hoo.
I think all the judges would agree with me. At this time of life, at your age, I couldn't have done this, okay? So kudos for y'all, okay? And then the people who brought them here, your instructors and stuff like that, y'all need to thank them, okay? First step on the road. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Third place, Revive.
So feedback for Revive.
Obviously, we liked a lot we saw. We only had 2 items that we were concerned about. One was the scaling of it, simply because each individual item, okay, had to be picked up, had to be observed, had to be sewn, then had to be put into a catalog. So we worried about the scaling piece of it. The other is the pricing, okay, because we do believe that that amount of work will not leave you with the margins that you were talking about. But those are the only 2 things that we saw. The rest of it, again, obviously we loved. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Okay, second place, yeah?
I'd like a drum roll.
I would. Good, let's get a drum roll.
Second place, congratulations to EcoFresh.
EcoFresh.
Well done. We really liked your idea, so congratulations for that. Really well done. We just had a couple of sort of pointers for you to look at. We think you have, first of all, a great story. And the story is the fact that other air fresheners are not so great for your health. And explaining that would be a real positive for your brand. But we just thought you should look at protection for your product, and also do some testing on how long it lasts. So for example, if we buy the $3 model that we put on our event, is it going to last a month? Is it going to last a week? Is it going to last a day? So knowing that as a consumer would be really helpful. And then also on your bottle, it's glass. So I would just be careful of that in a car. People would want things that they're not going to break, because breaking something in a car is quite troublesome to get everything out. So I would just look at the packaging for your product. But otherwise, we thought you did a really great job and wish you a lot of luck.
Okay, the moment. Now, John, do you want a drum roll?
Absolutely. This person deserves a drum roll. First place goes to Tune In. Yeah, so first off, congratulations.
Another round.
Yeah, your product's really interesting. I felt it really solved a problem. So I'll give you a little personal story. When I did some traveling outside the United States, I went to a country where nobody understood English, and I had to go to the hospital. And I had to Facebook message my little sister to translate. And it was such a complicated process. And so when you mentioned, this product would be very helpful for, the police, firefighters, you really solved a problem. And that's entrepreneurship right there, is finding a problem and essentially solving it. And, great product, so, of course.
Excellent. Yeah. Beautiful. And so I would just like to say again, the fact that the other teams aren't standing up here doesn't mean that you don't have a winning idea or a concept to bring forward, or that you're not entrepreneurial. By no means does it mean that. It just means that these are the teams that brought forth the best scores right here. And we want you to know that the Scheinfeld Center is 100% behind you. We work with those of you who have won to continue to check in with you and to help spotlight your products. We have a success stories page on our website. So we're behind you. And teachers, we are behind you as well, supporting your work, and thank you for that great work that you do. Any last parting comments?
I think I'm speaking from all judges. Just because you didn't win today, it doesn't mean that your product doesn't have legs. It just as Judy was saying, it's just today we had to choose 3. So if you really believe in your product, just keep going, and come and ask us if you need any advice or anything like that. But you really all did a great job, so you should all be really proud.
Yeah.